Now, Connecticut's only all-weather show. This is First Alert Weather Extra.
Welcome back here. This is really tragic tonight. Windy weather turned deadly down in South Carolina. Your reporter, Megan Dauchus, has more on what happened.
Unusual. This is not an everyday occurrence. Is it just one of those tragic things that happen?
A night out at Driftwood Grill on Lake Marion turned deadly Saturday, just after 7:30, when Clarendon County Dispatch got a call that a woman was unresponsive after being struck by a flying umbrella during sudden strong winds. When first responders arrived, they found 56-year-old Dina Winger with injuries to her head and neck. EMS worked to save her life on scene, but the coroner says she could not be revived. The restaurant, Driftwood Grill, home of the Lazy Gator, sits near Palmetto Shores Campground on Lake Marion. Clarendon County Coroner Jacqueline Blackwell says strong wind gusts were reported at the time and is now working with emergency managers to review official weather data from Saturday night.
There was a strong wind, like a microburst that came through and not just the umbrella, it knocked all of the furniture and other debris came onto the where they were sitting.
News 19's weather team says wind measuring devices did not pick up any significant winds around that time. Investigators say Winger was at the restaurant with her husband and other family members when it happened.
You know, it was very emotional for him. And I spoke with the owners of the restaurant, and they said other family members were gathered there as well. They were there eating, dining. They had a large crowd, she said.
News 19 spoke with restaurant owners today who did not want to speak out of respect for the family, but did mention grief counseling has been offered to staff, family, and the community. In a post online they shared, out of respect for the family and those impacted, we ask for continued prayers, compassion, and privacy during this incredibly difficult time. Reporting in Clarendon County, Megan Dauchus, News 19, WLTX.
Mid-April is when we typically would see high temperatures in the 60s. Mid to late April would be mid and upper 60s. We're expecting temperatures this weekend to be more similar to mid-April as opposed to the end of May. But it's pretty short-lived. We'll take you through the shower chances Friday into Saturday, let you know what to expect for the last weekend of the month as our First Alert Weather Extra continues here live on WFSB Plus and the WAX.